What's up, YouTube? I see this question a lot on some of the Lightsaber forums and Facebook groups. People want to know how they can take an empty hilt, specifically from Saberforge, because that's what I have experience with, and basically upgrade that empty hilt, and for the least possible money, get it to a stunt level, which is light, no sound, or a full sound, everything awesome saber. I think I'm gonna do this in a couple different videos, just to kind of cut down on time, because I tend to ramble, and it'll make it easier for anybody to search. So this is gonna be part one. This is gonna be how you can take your empty Saberforge saber, apprentice level specifically. I don't think it will really matter, but just because that's what I have in front of me. I've got the Acolyte in weathered finish, and I bought that empty, upgraded it to a stunt saber, and now I'm upgrading it to full sound. So this is going to be part one, like I said, and this is going to be just upgrading it with an LED, a switch, and a battery pack, which is pretty much what you need. So to get started, start up here at the top, at the emitter. You're going to need an LED. Now, even if you buy everything from Saberforge, if you have that capability by going to the showroom, I don't believe you can order switches and battery packs online. But if you go into their showroom, you can order or buy an LED module from them. I believe they're pre-resistored for a 3 AAA pack. So if you buy one of those, then you don't have to worry about a resistor. But I'm assuming that most of you are not able to go to the showroom. So that kind of changes things up a little bit if you end up going with your own LED module. So first option, you order your hilt, buy an LED module directly from Saberforge. I believe it's $25 for a 6 watt and $35 for the 12 watt. And I'm, like I said, assuming that you're going budget, probably gonna go with the 6 watt. I've heard 12 watt is far superior to the 6. So I don't know. Like I said, I haven't bought one of their LED modules. I make my own. You've got 2 examples here. I use 3/4 inch PVC. It's just a little coupling, and I use starboard LEDs, and then you've got my diffuser up there. And this is a Cree XPE in, I think this one's red. And so I just kind of assembled this. This one's not resistored. The resistor will have to go somewhere else in the line. I would recommend just throwing the resistor in right there on your unit if you're using quick connectors. These are not necessary, but they're nice, especially if you plan on upgrading. Both these are, I believe, JST connectors from the Custom Saber shop. Any quick connectors, you can use bullet connectors, any, the alligator clips, or not alligator clips, but any automotive style clips. It just has to be a wire clip. I would recommend doing that if you plan on upgrading it again yourself. So these are 2 modules. The reason that this one looks like complete crap is the diameter is slightly different. It needs to be 1 inch diameter, because it goes in the same slot as your blade. So basically, rather than take my time and sand it down, I just kind of hacked it. It works, but know that if you go this route, you will need to sand it down slightly. So that's what this one is. So this is just one that I'm showing you. This is the one that I actually have used in my Saberforge hilt. And if you don't want to do it this route, the Custom Saber shop sells a 1 inch outer diameter housing with a heat sink that I believe is the same style heat sink and threading that's on all their modular hilt system emitters and blade holders. So you can go that route too. And if you have any more questions regarding the LEDs and all that, just leave me a comment. I'll do my best to answer it, because I've already wasted too much time just talking about the LED. But ultimately, this is the most complex part. You've got your LED, you've got your resistor. I'm going to post a link in the description to a resistor calculator. You just punch in all your voltage and everything and all the specs in the LED, which when you buy the LED, it should have the forward voltage and the recommended mAh to run it at, and then the voltage that you're running it at, which if you're using an apprentice saber, you're not going to be able to fit one of these 4 AAA packs. They just don't fit. So you're going to have to run one of these 3 AAA packs, which I cannot find anywhere. This one is actually a Harbor Freight flashlight, the free ones that they give you with the coupon. This is the pack from that I soldered wires to, and then I hot glued to make it, not gonna, it's not gonna short. So I would say, like I said, if you're going budget, go with one of those. Or, if you don't have a Harbor Freight, go to any Walmart, somewhere like that, someplace that sells those cheap little back latching flashlights, and they're probably gonna have one of these packs. So you can pick one of these up super cheap, wire some leads to it. Like I said, you don't have to use the clip. You can just hardwire everything, but it makes it easier if you've got these 2 modules here, and then all you got to do is connect them with a switch. If you're buying a apprentice saber on the initiate tier, which is the empty hilt, it's going to come with 2 dummy switches right there. I would recommend, if you're ordering it, I believe you can leave notes, maybe request that the switch one isn't glued in place, because what they do is they just super glue them. I don't know if it's actually super glue. They glue them. Since I bought mine in the showroom, I didn't have them glued, and then I picked up a switch, which is right here. This is a latching switch, so you can see how it latches, and that's what you're going to need to use. This one is a momentary, so you can see it doesn't latch. So there's the difference. They're a 12 millimeter AV switch. I know the custom Saber shop sells the momentary, but I don't believe they sell the latching. So that you're kind of on your own with eBay, Amazon. If anybody has a link, leave it in the comments, and I'll add it to the description because that'll help someone else out. But you're going to want to make sure it's latching. And again, if you use a quick connect, it's going to make it easier in the future if you upgrade, because you're going to have to switch this from a latching to a momentary. So you're basically going to throw this switch in there, wire it all up. Obviously you're going to go positive to switch to positive on the LED, and then the ground from the battery to the ground on the LED. Or you can run the switch off the ground as well. I usually just do it on the positive. That's how I always do it. And that's it. I mean, that's literally this will just go in there. You can take some Velcro and wrap it around there, or some tape if you want to get it tight, or a little piece of foam and a rubber band. That way it's not going to rattle around. Your initiate tier saber's already going to come with the screw holes threaded for the LED retention. So this will come down and you'll tighten the little LED screw that'll hold that in place, and the blade retention screw. So all you need to do is install these and get a blade, and you are good. You've got a stunt level saber. And the nice thing is you've done it yourself, so if you want to upgrade even further than that, like I said, if you've invested in some of these quick connectors from the get-go, it's going to make it a piece of cake to swap it out. So I would recommend taking the time, spending a little bit of extra money to do that. Then you're good. It's really simple. Like I said, I had no experience, and I bought it and just kind of jumped into it, and it worked great. You really can't mess it up with just the 3 components wired together. So I hope that can help some of you guys out that are wanting to do that, and I will at some point in the near future, as you can see, I'm, like I said, upgrading this from a stunt to a full sound Saber. I will do a video on that as well, and just kind of a pro to that, why I would maybe recommend doing it yourself if you have that capability over having it come from Saberforge that way, is you're limited to the features of the board when you do it that way. What I'm using is a Nano Biscotti from Plector Labs, and this cost me, I think it was $70 and some, a couple bucks after that for shipped from the custom Saber shop, and it has an SD card spot on the back, so it means that I can swap the sound fonts, the Saber sounds. It's, to me, if you're doing it anyway, it's a cool capability versus if you buy it that way, you're not going to have that option. If you get tired of the sounds, you've got to get another Saber, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's just another pro for doing it yourself. Plus just the general satisfaction. I mean, it's kind of a, Jedi rite of passage to make your own lightsaber in the Star Wars universe. So why not, if you're already building a lightsaber, kind of take that challenge on yourself and build it yourself if you have the capabilities and you have the equipment and the tools. For this, as I would recommend, because I know, kind of forgot, one of the questions I got was, what equipment am I going to need if I want to do this? And I think most of this stuff is fairly cheap. You're going to need a good set of wire strippers, crimps, this kind of multi-tool. So you've got crimping capabilities right here for quick connectors, as well as right here, and then you have the ability to strip wires and cut wire up here. This made in China, so it clearly was not an expensive piece of equipment. I would recommend looking at Harbor Freight or Walmart, or if you want to go crazy, buy something Craftsman or something nice that'll last if you think you're going to use it a lot. I have a Craftsman one as well, but I hardly ever use it. So you're going to need one of those. Not to say that you couldn't just do it with some snips, but if you plan on doing a lot of electronic wiring, just get the proper tool for it. So you're going to need that. Something else that would be nice, heat shrink. Otherwise, you're stuck using electrical tape, which just doesn't look good. So, this is from Harbor Freight, and it's a couple bucks, and you get a big assortment with a bunch of different kinds of heat shrink. You're gonna need some solder, and you're gonna need a soldering iron. This is just what I'm using. You can use one of the basic $7 or $8, plug-in kind. It should work fine for this. If you're wiring to a board, you're gonna want something that you can control the temperature on, because you don't want to fry the board. For this, I don't think going to mess anything up unless you're just holding the soldering iron on there. And that's pretty much it. A hot glue gun is nice. These switches are really long, so I hot glued it just to make sure that these prongs don't touch the bottom of the hilt. So that would be beneficial. You're gonna need an Allen wrench. I'm not sure exactly what size this is. I will try to add it in the description if I figure it out. But you're gonna need this for the retention screws on the hilt. And I think that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple. And if you don't have those tools already, they're not expensive if this is a hobby that you want to get more involved in and potentially go further with. So, like I said, hopefully that helps some of you guys out. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments. As somebody who I feel is somewhat inexperienced in this hobby myself and learning constantly, I would love to share the little bit that I do know with other people to make it easier, just so that more people can get involved with it. And hopefully in the future I'll be able to do another video if there's enough support for me actually doing it. I'll try and do a video on upgrading to sound. So hope you enjoyed. If you subscribe, like I said, more videos hopefully in the future, like, comment, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.